Yo, greetings to the family. Yeah, it's been a while. Moment of truth and natural wisdom. Yeah, so I have been speaking with a lot of brothers over the phone concerning joining the United States Army. What you say? My brothers be brave. They call me, and then I realize these days, as a result of that, I mean, time. I don't have enough time for other things because I have a lot of phone calls coming in, and I also have some businesses that I need to take care of. What do you say? Timmy Madrid said we will share some information. Generally, usually, me post two pictures and I write, and sometimes no, I add the links. But then today, I have a little bit of time, so why not discussing more into detail about the actual qualifications? Because I see most of the people calling me, Ghana. Almost about half of the people calling me, Ghana. America. Now they want to come to United States to join the army. They are calling me from Ghana. What do you say? It's good that you have the interest of joining the United States Army, but the qualifications is very clear. It's for people in the United States here who have green card, a minimum of green card, permanent residency, or citizen of the United States. Omo green card and now state citizens. They are the people who qualify to join. What do you say? Now, on top of that, I am doing this because I realize most people need coaching, advice, whatever. Joining the military is not only about putting on the uniform. What you say? There are some cases whereby people want to be in the armed services or in the armed forces. Almost person almost joining U.S. armed forces because they see somebody wearing the uniform. The uniform looks good, so they are motivated to join the service because they see a brother or a sister in a uniform. That's good. Your reason of wanting to join the United States Army, armed forces, shouldn't only be about seeing somebody in it. You should have your purpose. Not just here. Your purpose. Me, I have so many reasons why I have been in the service to date. And I love what I do. I love public service. I love community service. And on top of that, this community service also pays a lot. What I say, I love to serve the people. I love community service. I love to fight. Most of my colleagues always sees me wearing one of my medals that I always put on, or one of my ribbons that I always put on, is especially when I'm making selections to wear most of the time I put on 4 medals or 4 ribbons. I usually put on national defense and global war on terrorism. What you say? The United States Armed Forces is a global forces. It's a global force eliminating terrorism and the crime rate all over the world. There is a bigger picture of wanting to join the United States Army than just seeing your brother in a uniform. What you say? Wouldn't you be a uniform? But to remember that getting into the service, is something big. And you say you pick ubia on kwanchen you say uncle join US Army. There be nyasa na ha etie. You are not also untimin kutua bribe. Say uncle join US Army. What you say? You have to go through background checks. You have to go through medicals, testing, mentality, mental and physical test, medical test, mental test. What you say? Now, we are pass through physical training. What you say? But all of this is possible when you are here. And yes, we free Ghana. There are some military joint programs here. Sometimes more. I see some people coming from Ghana to learn in the United States. Some people coming from other countries that have affiliation with the United States. They just come here and they learn. What you see? But my post is basically for my brothers and sisters in the United States here who want to join the service to serve the purpose of preserving peaceful atmosphere all over the world. My main goal is the defending and protection of freedom and democracy. What you're saying? We always talk about so many things, but talking about freedom is something big. For me, freedom is something big. Yakafa hudi ya me freedom. Eyadibia. Se freedom ni wa. Kenya nese mumu biye nya sunjwe ne na muwi ase kwasa no. So we say so there is a saying that freedom is never free. Freedom is not free because there is always somebody making sure they are sacrificing their time, their strength, energy, making sure that there is freedom. What you say? Now, me motivation factor. What you say? And on top of that, Bible look as a Mr. Shashana Hindi Netrane can now the Diakan never come. In whatever you do, make sure positively you like it, you give it your all, and then the payment comes along. It pays off. There are so many benefits of joining the United States Armed Forces. What you say? Educational benefits. Uba abruchiri ma moba abruchiri nchayenoa. Unshare need financial stability still. Your family, friends, omo efre ubia omo hieska free Ghana. This is one of the easiest means of providing community services. Doing what you want, keeping you training. All the training that we do in the military is not a punishment. Or the training actually make you fit. Some of you guys have known me for a very long time. I've always been fit. You see what I'm saying? I have always, because I'm always training. I'm always doing something active. What you say? Taking care of the community. And it's also taking care of myself. What do you say? And then on top of that, educational benefits. But there are three. This is basically for my brothers and sisters in the United States with a minimum of permanent residency. I have some calls from people with student visas and all of that. Student visa, remember, while Uber American, one shot on your tour of medical media or America embassy and Sana Obaha. And all of these visas don't qualify for military public service in the United States. You have to be at least a green card holder. And it is clear, it is stated, it is written. So me post too. If I post about the qualifications or whoever is interested in joining the U.S. Armed Forces, the Army, give me a call. I am doing this because I want to mentor my brothers and sisters. I want to guide them as to how to make the right choices. Because there are three, even in the Army alone, there are three branches, three basic branches to be active duty, National Guard, or to be a reserve. What I have realized is sometimes some of our brothers of Ghana, they make choices via they have no knowledge about the choices that they are making, so they end up being in a reserve. Meanwhile, they wanted to be in a National Guard. They made choices that were influenced by their recruiters. What do you say? So over the course of the weeks, I've been talking to some brothers here. Many were phones. Then I link them up to speak with somebody that I trust, somebody that I know will take good care of them. But I realize that is taking or is consuming most of my time. I have some family and some people around me that I also need my time. Intiminim some video here, especially calls for you free Ghana, eba bibri no so person join army na so beti. Who Ghana you don't qualify. But you qualify while you are here, mentally sound, in good health. What you say? And then on top of that, you have to take the test. You have to be able to pass, or you should be able to pass the ASVAB test. Once you pass that test here, and then based on that, if you are doing enlistment, based on that, your recruiter, you remember the recruiters have that their job is to get you in the army. Their job is to get you in the army. And it is your responsibility to let them know your interest ahead of time, so that based on your test results, they will guide you to a career field that you will never regret along the line. Because once your contract is signed and you are in the service, you cannot reverse your contract, especially after you complete your initial training and your basic training. So that's why I met some brothers service because they didn't have a coach, somebody to guide them towards doing whatever they want to do. Interested. Their recruiters end up influencing their decisions of career choices. And then at the end of the day, because they didn't like what they were doing, they end up getting out of the service. Because the job, particular career field that they were assigned, it was influenced by their recruiter. But I am doing this because I want to talk to you, know your interest, and then I will guide you. There are so many sections in the test, about 10 sections in the test. Then I will tell you based on your interest, if you are able to do maybe the electrical part, maybe you get an electrical job, electrical related job in the army, based on if you are good mathematically and all of that. Maybe you can pick this job. If you are good with science, you can be in a medical side. Brother, I met this brother, Kwabna. Menino Kasa himself some few days back. Well, he's doing well because he chose the medical field in the army. And that is exactly what he wanted to do, and his test results actually prove and confirm that he can do the job. They gave it to me, he signed his contract. He's living a good life. What do you say? Ushia mi edin komo kakra me man na futu kakra kan. Oh, he's living a very comfortable life. What do you say? Recently, some baby caught to be Korea as I say, Abba. He's living a good life. What do you say? But there are some people who are also in tears. Obi nso she dem usu because adwuma ya dem ano. Now when him ho because the job, the military occupational specialty is code. The recruiter talk to you in the code. If you are better now, Uber America, well, I feel when you're 6 months, you don't even know anything about the military job codes. So he just pick anything for you and you sign it quick. What you say? And then somewhere along the line, you lose interest because that is not exactly what you decided to sign up for. So in order to, to make the right choice ahead of time and love what you do in the military, because the military sometimes can be stressful, being away from, if you are away from home, your family, your children, your wife, your husband, your mom, your dad, you are away from home, and you also don't like what you are doing. It's two trouble, one God. You are away from home, and then you are also doing what you don't like. It's two trouble with one God. That is why I followed the trend and I decided to help the brothers out. Why I say? And do not also lie. Recently, brother be me a call. oko training wakwa akoye yese na yase eye ne ya wotwa ntro o enko ya bibi ewo na yase wanka no kra opese wura service no mokeke. And I remember the moment you sign your contract, we will training in area like say afi de ya je watum say we soldier ni wa America. Training na wokoye no obefufuru nnua enade ne ade a wokofuru insu ye kwa akobo ne emreketu de. Watch I say. So you have to be sincere with yourself. What I say. Be very sincere. That is why I decided to answer a lot of questions, but the questions are able to do. And let us do that. Ghana for me babu chino. I came here. There were so many rumors that if you join the U.S. Army, U.S. Navy, whatever U.S. Armed Forces, you will die because U.S. will take you to war and all of that. Listen, it's there to serve. It's for community service. What else do? And then on top of that, most of them died, and I'm still here. Some friends that I used to work with when I was in Virginia, those days, some of them are dead. The people who were saying that when I'm going to the armed forces, I will die. I will die in a war. I am here today. They are already dead. Some of them are dead. I saw the funeral invitation that some of them are dead. So that's what Topano. My first job was America, and I shop Ketwabi. Now, more a year. Unless someone they know what I'm talking about. I want us to Topano be seen there. Menkasa Pano, 2 year Jumafu, a good. But you can do something greater than that. What you say? McDonald's, working in the McDonald's looks fancy. What you say? But being in the US, I mean, it's greater than being in McDonald's. Yeah, you get when you get outside, you earn your respect. What you say? There are so many military discounts all over the place. I have enjoyed a lot of returns from my services in the United States Armed Forces. And based on my experiences, there are some brothers who somewhere along the line, they left the service. They left because they didn't like the particular job that they were doing in the military. You can reclass to something. You can choose another job, but that is not always going to happen. But if you prepare yourself very well, you put your first time you put your foot in the door, your first footstep in the doors of the US Army is making sure that you have everything lined up. Your career is chosen. You are doing whatever you want to do. You are going to every day you are working with smiling face. You provide services that satisfies yourself, your country, your fellow soldiers, and then you earn your reward. But if you don't like what you are doing because you had no clue, you had no idea that some recruiter somewhere along the line decided that they will have you do this particular job, and you will regret along the line. What else? Those of you calling me from Ghana, you have to be here in the United States in order to qualify for the US Army. What you say? And now, we nso say our Ghana Army, or per se, or sheds will be to me a transfer about US Army. It doesn't work that way because say, on to America. That now when a Ghana ni America young to qua, come Ghana for. What you say? You say Ghana ni America, or more a young kofa. Is the friendship between Ghana and America is always great, but anything can happen. What do you say? So that's why you want to make sure that you have a permanent residency. Your permanent residency status means that you are not going anywhere America because a permanent. So temporary visa does not allow you to join the United States Army. Tima mo green card, America now green card. now qualifying one. Give it a try. It's a very great, it's gonna challenge you to do something that you are not even ready to do. You will be challenged. You will be challenged to do something that only few people can do. Why I say? But at the end of the day, no, it is better than being in McDonald's. What you say? It is better than say, "Uko koye jumu ubi fiwa brutrani ake kankwasi asomacho." Ndami waha. Me your live chat. Me we enkrofo be sanfre me. Omuhu ya no money agesa. They know that me inipedi am smart. I also love to share knowledge. That is how we build or improve the society. What you say? Into the piano in my free time, so I'm make kasa. I'm to talk to my interview near the other. What you say? But without US armed forces, without US military, it be uncoming as opportunity. Yeah, into one in Nipabit if you becca say you be woo and that will be a Juma bank or that or could I one sorry woo. It would ye ubia be weird I'll be. But do not allow a woo to deter you from making the right choices in life. But ubi take highway so what the car kushaminemo. I just say it's all about it. That is why you were being trained in the army to be a hardcore. At any point in time, no be to make sound decisions to save yourself and other soldiers and execute the mission. What do you say? Yeah. And yeah, I'm for me be share be wabucha. Yeah. And part is also because you have to pass the test. So far, in Nipa or my friend, and you move 5 inch pass a test. I want to make a from son brother there, and I'm here information say, mene or melenko or my recruit. They check it or my records so on trails. I'm some we are on pass here. I'm so. Be ready to pass the test. Physically, US Army will challenge you physically, mentally, and morally. Obey a challenge all levels, all angles. What you say? Inti kakra me person me katsema. I love you all. This is the moment of truth and natural wisdom. I've been using most of my time answering phone calls. Omo friend me brother or Ami or Ghana into Oba. His brother is in Army in Ghana, so he wants to quit Ghana Army and come to US and join the US Army and that kind of things. You have to be in the United States with a permanent residency. What you say? And then on top of that, you will need a guide, somebody who will talk to you personally and mentor you, choosing your line. Either you are going active duty, or the reason why you want to do active duty, I have to know. If I am the one talking to you, I have to know the reasons why you want to do active duty, or you want to do National Guard, or you want to do the reserve. And then on top of that, we will talk a little bit, and I'll ask you some questions which will direct me more towards your interests in life, what you enjoy doing most, before I introduce you to the test, to the legit website that will allow you to pass the test. What you say? And then after that, me who say why you're ready, me my way exam your computer so fee. Then you send me the screenshot of the results. Then I'll talk to one of the guys, and then me the whole number my own. I'm a catcher almost say on so overflow. The one they see the number, they know that you are the one calling. Then after that, I'm a catcher also we have a feedback, mommy. I mean, who do you call? What you say? I love you all. Use this opportunity. Yes. Who degree, who medical profession, who a nurse, we a lawyer, now waha, now pesidia we. There are so many programs in the military for professionals. What you say? Anything. Ubetumi, I open so you police. There are so many jobs that you can do, but you know only few of them. So the military is not only about putting on your uniform. It's about what you can do while you are in the uniform. How you can do it, to provide quality services. It's better than just being in the uniform and you're regretting that you had no idea what was going on. You just saw somebody on Facebook wearing the uniform, so you were interested to join. You wanted to join because you saw somebody, or you know that US Army will pay you. Yeah, Army will pay you money. You'll be all right. But at the end of the day, longevity of doing what you love overrides anything else in the long run. What you say? Yes. Nti kakra me pesa mkache mu. Me demo besi your live chat be. So mo kra na free. What you say? Yeah, tino. Oba bruja na yes. Oba bruja mo bi ehunu ehunu. Na obewu na what say? Ukọ beko wo ye beko akotwa wuti ye beku ye be na me wam de ka me kuta me personality ka some see me timi ko be ambese me ko be all over the world. This is possible because of my community service. But you become very disciplined. Military only don't give you your paycheck. It's not only about educational benefit that you enjoy after your service or while in service. It's also gonna install discipline. Your time management, your financial management, all of this you will be taught. You will learn all of this in the military. They give you all of this. Will be free mukra and also was serve where we will be free makufino. And the Bama classes be over 2 months. How I will be taking care of yourself. What you say? And then me wahe me pia bonteness is here. Me feel as I call hospital. Me far from I'm afraid. I'm a cop. Me could do ya be me easy, be man a drone be free min jarry. But how you McDonald's will pay kete. Oh, call hospital and so on. And Usika Ebesa Joe insurance. It's not easy. But a good services in the United States Army gives me free medical benefit all over the United. Maybe I could be maybe Drew Hospital in New York and I say me call ya me call why free. Maybe Drew me call California and I me wanna me who see me home and family. Me pesa me could medical ya me call ya free. What you say? But Ghana ni be yare or chiefy untimi nko hospital yare ya shishana ho. Okofesika wo hen de akọ hospital. Abusuafo nso agye ne ho sika nyina di. What you say? No tia bo che na fon na ekutukutu. Chale. About suffering, Babero. Hello. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Maybe about 10 minutes. Yes. It's all set. Yeah. Thanks. Okay. All right, I love you all.